Every tractor brand wants you to believe their engine is special, that the diesel under their hood is the reason to pay their price. Well, today I'm going to prove that different tractor brands are selling you the same engines with the exact engine model numbers and the exact machines they're hiding in. We're talking John Deere, Kubota, Kioti, Bobcat, Branson, TYM, Case IH, New Holland, Massey Ferguson, McCormick, Landini, Valtra, Deutz, even Lamborghini, and yes, Lamborghini makes tractors. We'll get to that. Compact tractors, utility tractors, full-size farm iron, 8 engine families that show up under 2, 3, sometimes 4 different badges at 4 different prices. By the end of this video, you'll be able to walk any dealer lot in America, read one number off the engine block, and know exactly what you're actually buying, no matter what the hood says. And stick around for number 3, because that's where I show you what's really under the hood of the best-selling tractor in America. Before we start, hit that subscribe button, because this is the research the brochures are designed to keep from you, and there's a lot more of it coming on this channel. One thing to keep straight before the first engine, because I want to be fair. When brands share an engine, the core platform is the same. The block, the architecture, the design, the tuning, the turbo, or the emissions setup may differ from brand to brand. Keep that in mind, because it makes what you're about to see more honest, not less shocking. Number 1. The Kubota D1105 and V1505. Quick version on the engines themselves, because that's all they need. The D1105 is a 3-cylinder diesel, around 1.1 liters. The V1505 is its 4-cylinder brother, around 1.5 liters. And Kubota builds both conservative on purpose, modest power, modest stress, enormous lifespan. Owners report thousands of hours on routine maintenance. In Kubota's own lineup, they power machines like the BX series, the best-selling subcompact tractors in America. That's the engine story. Now here's the part you clicked for, because Kubota is one of the largest small diesel builders on the planet, and these engines are hiding all over your property and your job site. Run down this list with me and check your own shed. The Toro Dingo TX1000, the compact utility loader on half the landscaping trailers in America, Kubota D1105. Toro's Groundsmaster commercial mowers, Kubota diesels, Grasshopper diesel mowers, Kubota power. Vermeer's mini skid steers, machines like the S925TX, owners report Kubota under the hood. And Bobcat, the toughest name in compact equipment, leaned on Kubota for years, the little S70 skid steer, the MT series mini track loaders, and a whole generation of Bobcat compact excavators, machines still digging today. Add the generators, pumps, chippers, and even refrigeration units on delivery trucks, and you start to see it. You've been hearing this engine your entire life. So, here's the twist. The man who swears he'd never buy anything but Kubota is surrounded by Kubota engines wearing other badges, sometimes at better prices than the orange paint commands. And to Kubota's credit, this is the honest version of the game. The plate says Kubota no matter whose machine it's on. So here's the first lesson of this video. Trust the engine plate, not the hood. But the next engine plays the badge game very differently, and there's a good chance you've never even heard the company's real name. Number 2, the Daedong 3 A165. Picture a scene playing out in hundreds of American towns right now. On one side of town, a man is signing for a Bobcat compact tractor because he trusts that name with his life. On the other side, his neighbor is signing for a Kioti CK2620 because the price was right. Neither one knows they just bought the same engine. Walk onto a Kioti lot and look at the CK2610 or the CK2620, some of the best-selling value compacts in America. Under the hood sits the Daedong 3 A165 diesel. And here's the part most buyers don't know. Kioti isn't really the manufacturer. Daedong is. Kioti is simply the export brand name that Daedong of South Korea uses in North America, the way a company might use a stage name. Daedong has been building diesel engines since 1947, the first company in Korea ever to do it, and they build the whole tractor, engine, transmission, hydraulics under one roof in Daegu. And if you've watched this channel before, you already know where else Daedong's work shows up. Bobcat's compact tractors come from Daedong too. Bobcat's entire compact tractor line comes out of Daedong's operation. The CT2025, the CT2035, the CT2040, and their siblings, all built by Daedong, with Daedong diesels under the hood. So let me say this as plainly as I know how. If you buy a Kioti CK2620 and your neighbor buys a Bobcat CT in the same power class, you are both buying the same engine from the same Korean builder out of the same operation in Daegu. Different paint, different dealer, different price, same heart. And neither salesman will mention it because the Bobcat name carries its own premium, aimed at a buyer who'd never set foot on a Kioti lot. The 3A165 itself? Owners report a stout, simple, honest diesel. Easy to service. Exactly what you'd expect from a company that's done nothing but diesel for 75 plus years. You're not buying a lesser machine with the Korean name, you're buying the same engineering with less markup. And now, the one I promised you at the top of this video. Because the biggest badge story in America is painted green, and it's sitting in more sheds than any tractor in this country. Number 3, the Yanmar 3 TNV88. Pop the hood on a John Deere 1025R. Now pop the hood on a Yanmar YT235. Look close, because you're staring at the same engine. Not a similar engine, not a copy. The same engine built by the same company, wearing 2 different paint jobs at 2 different prices. If you own a modern John Deere subcompact, this is your engine. The 3 TNV88 is a 3-cylinder diesel that powers the John Deere 1025R and 2025R, the best-selling machines in their class in this country. Its little brother, the 3 TNV80F, powers the John Deere 1023E. Early 3025E models ran the related 3 TNV86. Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable for the green-blooded among us. Yanmar doesn't just build these engines for Deere. Yanmar puts the same engine family in its own tractors. The Yanmar YT235 and the SA223, sold under Yanmar's own name, often at a lower price, sometimes a few miles from your Deere dealer. So that John Deere engine your salesman praised? It's a Yanmar 3 TNV88 wearing green paint. And in case you think I'm exaggerating, hear this. John Deere does not manufacture a single compact tractor diesel engine. Not one. The most trusted name in American farming buys every one of them from Japan, and let me be clear about the engine itself because this cuts both ways. The 3 TNV series is a genuinely excellent diesel, a compact, naturally simple 3-cylinder platform in the roughly 1.6-liter class that's been refined for decades across tractors, excavators, generators, and marine equipment worldwide. Yanmar built the world's first commercial compact diesel back in 1933, and these modern 3-cylinders are smooth, fuel-sipping, and famously long-lived when the oil gets changed. Deere didn't cheap out by choosing Yanmar. They chose one of the best small diesel makers on earth. The problem isn't the iron. The problem is the price of the paint. When the same core engine sits under 2 hoods, the sticker difference buys you a badge and a dealer network, not a better motor. And it follows you past the purchase. When that engine wears Deere green, the parts flow through Deere part numbers at Deere prices. And owners report that cross-referencing back to the original Yanmar spec can save real money on filters, pumps, and wear parts. Number 4, the Kukje A2300N2. Here's one that got simpler and stranger at the same time. The A2300N2 diesel, designed by Kukje of South Korea, powers the Branson 2515. It also powers the TYM 2515. Same displacement class, same design, same builder. Why? Because TYM acquired Branson, and after the merger, many models kept right on using the Kukje designed engines that Branson was built on. So today you can find Branson badged and TYM badged machines that are, at the engine level, the same tractor from the same corporate family, sometimes sitting on 2 different lots being cross-shopped against each other by buyers who have no idea. And here's the kicker for the Deere fans keeping score. Kukje has reportedly built engines connected to John Deere programs over the years too, which means this small Korean manufacturer most Americans have never heard of has quietly touched more of the US tractor market than brands with 100 times the name recognition. The A2300N2 itself is a simple, mechanical-friendly diesel, the kind of engine this channel keeps telling you to look for, and it's exactly why Branson built a quiet, loyal following among people who fix their own equipment. The merger didn't change the iron, it changed the sticker on the hood and the sign over the dealership. Quick pause, right here at the halfway point. If any engine on this list so far surprised you, drop a comment telling me which tractor you own and what's actually under your hood, because those comments help every buyer who finds this video. And hit subscribe, because the second half of this list is where the numbers get big. We're leaving compact tractors now and heading into the full-size machines your neighbors argue about, and I'm about to show you 3 famous brands that are the same company in 3 different shirts. Number 5, the FPT engine family, the F36, the N45, and the N67. This might be the most complete badge illusion in all of agriculture. FPT stands for Fiat Powertrain Technologies, the engine arm of the same industrial empire that owns both Case 1H and New Holland. The red brand and the blue brand that your county has been arguing about for generations are corporate siblings, and FPT builds the engines for both. The FPT F36, a 3.6-liter diesel, powers the Case 1H Farmall 90A, the New Holland T 5.90, and the Steyr Compact in Europe. step up in size, and the FP-TN45, a 4.5-liter, runs the Case IH Maxim, the new Holland T6, and the Steyr Profi. Go bigger again, and the FP-TN67, a 6.7-liter, powers the Case YH Puma, the new Holland T7, and the Steyr Terrace. Same engine families, different ECU tuning, different paint, different dealer networks, different loyalties, different hats at the coffee shop, and this isn't a rumor, it's corporate structure. CNH Industrial owns both brands and owns FPT2, one company, one engine division, feeding two dealer networks that compete for the same customer in the same county. The rivalry between red and blue is real at the dealership. At the engine plant, there is no rivalry at all. The engines themselves are excellent. The N67 has powered everything from tractors to trucks to boats. That's not the issue. The issue is the theater. Farmers have driven past one dealer out of loyalty to the other color to buy the same motor at the heart of the machine. The next time a salesman tells you his brand's engine outclasses the one across the road, ask him to read you both engine model numbers out loud. Watch his face. And if you think this only happens under red and blue paint, the next two engine families prove the whole industry works this way. Number 6. The Perkins diesels. The 404F-22, the 1104D, and the 1204E. Perkins of England is one of the largest independent engine makers on Earth, and their diesels are scattered across brands most buyers assume are competitors. Start with the Perkins 404 F22, one of the most common compact tractor engines anywhere. You'll find it in the Massey Ferguson 1700E series, in the Landini 2 series, and in the McCormick X 2 series. Same block, different paint, different hood. Move up to the Perkins 1104D, a workhorse 4-cylinder, and the pattern repeats in bigger iron, the Massey Ferguson 5400, the Landini Power Farm, the McCormick CX, and even some JCB Fast Track models. Go up again to the Perkins 1204E, and there it is in the Massey Ferguson 6600, the Landini 7 Series, and the McCormick X7. 3 engine families, at least 9 tractor lines, wearing 4 different flags. And here's a detail that makes this even more interesting. Perkins isn't independent in the way most buyers assume. It's been owned by Caterpillar since the late 1990s, which means the Yellow Giant's engine empire quietly reaches into tractor brands that have nothing yellow about them. The honest read on Perkins engines themselves: these are proven, globally supported diesels with parts available on every continent, which is exactly why so many brands buy them instead of developing their own. For you as an owner, that's actually good news. A Perkins-powered tractor is rarely an orphan, because the engine outlives the brand politics around it. But it also means the brand versus brand debate at your local pull is, mechanically speaking, sometimes an argument between two machines with the same heart. And it's not just the independents. The next engines come from inside one corporation that owns more famous names than any other in farming. Number 7. The AGCO power engines, the 44 LFTN and 49 LFTN. AGCO is the corporation behind Massey Ferguson, Valtra, and Fendt, and AGCO Power is its in-house engine division out of Finland. The 44 LFTN, a 4.4-liter diesel, powers the Massey Ferguson 5700 series, the Valtra A series, and some Fendt 300 models. Its bigger brother, the 49 LFTN, a 4.9-liter, runs the Massey Ferguson 6700 and the Valtra N series, so the buyer cross-shopping a Massey against a Valtra, thinking he's comparing two different machines, is often comparing two tuning philosophies wrapped around the same engine. Massey positions itself as the accessible global brand, Valtra as the rugged Nordic specialist, Fendt as the premium German engineering flagship. 3 identities, 3 price ladders, 1 engine plant feeding them all, and the price ladder is the whole point. The same corporation collects the value buyer, the loyalist, and the premium buyer, without any of them realizing they all wrote checks to the same company for machines drinking from the same engine line. The engines themselves are solid modern diesels with a good reputation in the field. What you should take from this isn't that any of these tractors is a trick. It's that the price gap between the badges is bigger than the difference between the engines, and the marketing departments know it. Which brings us to the last one, and I saved it because it involves the most famous automotive name on this entire list, wearing a tractor you've probably never seen. Number 8. The Deutz TCD 3.6 and TCD 4.1. Deutz of Germany is one of the oldest engine builders alive, and their TCD 3.6 powers a family of tractors that sounds like a European car show. The Deutz Fahr 5 Series, the same Explorer, the Hurleman XL, and yes, the Lamborghini Strike. Because before the sports cars, Ferruccio Lamborghini built tractors, And the tractor brand lives on under the same corporate roof as Deutz, and same today. Step up to the TCD 4.1 and the pattern holds. The Deutz 6 Series, the same virtues. The Lamborghini Spark. 4 badges, wildly different images. From German farm pragmatism to Italian supercar glamour, sharing the same engine families underneath. And the history makes it richer. Ferruccio Lamborghini started building tractors in the late 1940s, years before the first supercar. Legend has it that a snub from Enzo Ferrari pushed him into sports cars. But the tractor company never died, it just changed hands until it landed in the same family as Deutz, Same, and Hurlemann. So if a man ever tells you his Lamborghini has the same motor as a Deutz, in this world, he's telling the truth. So let's land this thing, because there's a pattern across all 8 of these engine families, and it's the most useful thing I can teach you as a buyer. The badge on the hood tells you who sold the tractor. The number on the engine block tells you who built it. Before you sign anything, find that engine number, look it up, and see where else it lives, because the same platform might be sitting on another lot in your county, wearing cheaper paint. Just remember the caveat from the start. Tuning, turbos, and emissions gear can differ, so compare the whole tractor, not just the engine. But never again pay a premium for an engine name alone, because the engine rarely belongs to the name. And here's your homework. It takes 5 minutes. Find the plate on your engine block, search that model number, and tell me in the comments where else your engine lives, because that comment section is about to become the best cross-reference list on the internet. The engines merged years ago, the factories merged, only the marketing stayed apart, because the marketing is more profitable apart. If this video saved you from overpaying, hit subscribe, because this channel shows you what the dealer lot won't. And if you want the full story of the 3 companies that secretly build around 80% of the compact tractor engines in America, that video is on your screen right now. I'll see you in the shed.